Good afternoon. Welcome to Real Talk with Dan Edwards. It is Wednesday, September 30th, 2020, and I am so glad you are joining us today. If you are looking to listen to past episodes of our Real Talk with Dan, you can find them on our website at eastsiderealestateteam.com. Just go ahead and go over to the blog section, and you're going to see all of our past guests. You can get their information. You can follow up with them. You can tell us your opinion of them. Hopefully, only good things, right? Because my mom always said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all, right? That's what she always said. Or she also said, if you wanted to be critical of somebody, you had to come up with 10 things first that you liked about them. So, yeah, that's pretty good advice there from Mom, right? We are so glad you're here. We've got a great show today. We're going to be talking about it's going to be a short show today, so hopefully you'll hang around for the entire show. But we're going to talk about things you can do to get your home ready as fall has arrived with a passion, right? We just went straight from summer to fall, although we're getting a little bit of that Indian summer back right now. But, October and Halloween month, I would say it is usually my favorite month, September is, and that's usually because of college football. But since college football will be in November this year for the Pac-12, maybe it will be November. All right, well, coming up on our show, we're going to be talking with Stephanie Nynas with Best Christmas Ever, who is a nonprofit that we're partnering with this holiday giving season. I know we've shared a little bit with our friends in Facebook, and so we'll be going in a little deeper as to what we are doing this year. We're very excited to partner with this organization. But before we get started with that, let's talk about some real estate. So it is officially fall. I think I want to say it was about a week and a half ago where the official date of fall started. And we're going to talk about some of the home checklists. And I have to be honest, I completed almost all of these this last weekend. And I didn't do it just because it was on my checklist, but as a homeowner, this weekend was a really nice weekend to do it. So if you haven't done these things already, hopefully you'll write down some notes. The first thing you want to do is replace your HVAC filter. Now, if you didn't do this right after the forest fires cleared up, now is a great time. There's a lot of dust in the air. I know we kept our house closed, but I saw images of these air filters just chocked full of nasty smoke. So replace those right now. Test all of your smoke and carbon detectors. So go around the place and press the button, test that. Number three, check and repair weather stripping around doors. So this is a really inexpensive thing to do to kind of keep the drafts out. Just go around. You can get the weather stripping at Home Depot, really easy. Caulk any cracks or gaps in your siding. That's a really good thing to do. You can get colored caulk. You can use white. You could paint it. Clean gutters. Pro tip for cleaning a gutter. Grab your blower and a broom. Get on your roof if it's not too dangerous, and basically, boom, hit the blower in the things. It goes everywhere, right? So you want to work from the top down and then clean up the stuff down below. That's what I did. That was cool. Clean the gutters. Clean and store patio furniture, right? So after you blow all the stuff off the roof, then blow all the stuff off the deck, then blow all the stuff off the patio furniture, and then store it, right? Shut off your exterior faucets. Now, not everybody has this option, but I put a faucet that was not a ice freezing faucet. It was not a frost free. There it is. And what we did, because we didn't have the space, if you know about a frost free hose bib, it actually is pretty deep. So you actually have to put it in a wall. So if you can't do that where it's sticking out, just put a valve on it so that you can just shut off the water to the hose bib when the temperatures drop down, or you could just shut it off for the entire winter, depending on, if you need to water stuff outside. And then winterize your irrigation system. I recommend hiring somebody professionally to do that, or you can grab a air compressor and shut off the water and then blow air through it, and then you're good to go for the summer. If you know how to do that, if you're handy. If not, I recommend calling somebody right now. They're going to get booked up pretty soon, so call them. Replace outdoor light bulbs. I mean, I don't know, they burn out. So you might as well change them beforehand. Pro tip, Halloween, maybe go get some black lights instead, or maybe go get some orange lights just for fun. I don't know, it's just an idea. Ooh, fertilize lawn, fertilize and seed your lawn. This is a great time of year because the rains are coming back for you to reclaim little dead spots on your lawn. So I'm in a constant battle myself. And you can plant a lot of other plants. So, now's a good time to kind of get some new plants that in the spring will really grow in full. So, all right. So that's your fall home checklist. If I missed anything, or if you need an introduction to anybody that can help you with this, I'm also washing my windows. We've got great window washers that will go up and clean your deck. Another one not on this list is clean your chimney. If you have a chimney that you use on a regular basis, I have a wood stove. Every year I go up there and I clean the thing out. Good to go for the year. Yeah, those are my pro tips. I hope you liked them. So if you're interested in this topic or any other topics in our Real Talk segment, you can find them at our blog at the eastsiderealestateteam.com. If you have any of the real estate related questions, you know that I always share what's going on in the market. So look for our market updates. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed these tips on how to get your home ready for the winter. I appreciate you listening. You can also reach us at our phone number, which is 425-200-4093. Next up after the break, we're going to be welcoming Stephanie to our Stephanie Nynas with the Best Christmas Ever organization. So come right back after this short commercial break.
The pest stops here. Green City Pest Control is your full-service pest solution for all your pest control needs. With an owner with 32 years experience, a board-certified entomologist, and rodent specialist, we do it all. Bats to rats, crawl space, or attic. Call us and we will resolve your problem. 425-413-9700.
Welcome back. You are watching Real Talk with Dan Edwards at the Eastside Real Estate Team, and our guest today is Stephanie from Best Christmas Ever. Our team here at the Eastside Real Estate Team has decided to partner with Best Christmas Ever this holiday season because we feel the need, given everything that's been happening in 2020, that there's a lot of hardship out there, and we want to see what we can do to help out as many families as possible. And Stephanie's going to talk to us a little bit more about what Best Christmas Ever is and how we can get involved. Stephanie is the Director of Operations, and she was a former recipient, that's cool, I didn't know that, who was so moved by the organization, she decided to jump all in and start working. Welcome to the show, Stephanie. Oh, you did the Zoom faux pas of not unmuting your mic.
There you go. Classic. I've done that so many times, but yeah, thank you for having me. This was probably like the best show that I could have been on too, because those pro tips are awesome. I'm out in Minnesota, and they always Minnesota ice. I always say Minnesota ice because it's real cold. So those pro tips, I definitely need to get moving because fall has hit us fast and furious. We had hail just a little bit.
I was going to say it changes right from summer to winter fairly quickly there.
Overnight. It's yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, so I want to hear about. Well, I guess it's one of our questions, but let's just start with what is Best Christmas Ever?
So Best Christmas Ever is a nonprofit organization. We are a 501c3. And we bless families who have fallen on tough times through no fault of their own with children in the home. And we surprise them by literally giving them the best Christmas ever. You know, families who have been, this year, it's a challenging time. So we're anticipating families that have been affected by COVID-19, job losses, families dealing with illnesses, either an illness of a parent or a child. So we jump in and surprise them by giving them the best Christmas ever.
How long has this organization been around?
Yeah, so our organization started back in 2011, and I'll actually back up one little step from there. In 2010, our president, CEO, co-founder had become sick with ulcerative colitis and was really down and out, and a hard time for him in his life, and Christmas Eve, he was putting his 3-year-old son to bed, and sat there on the top of the stairs looking down at an empty Christmas tree, wondering how he was going to explain to his son why there were no gifts the next morning. And later that night, his mom, along with some other family members, showed up, knocked on the door, and handed him 2 big bags of gifts. And he just said, he goes, I'd received gifts before, but nothing like this, nothing at a time where, I was feeling so hopeless. And that overpowering feeling of, being surrounded by so much love and, going to be coming from hopeless to hopeful, that it was a feeling that he wanted to pay forward. And so in 2011, a good friend of his and Don is his name, they got together and paired up with a local Christian radio station, asked the community to rally around and find a family who had fallen on tough times through no fault of their own, with kids in the home that they could surprise. And they raised some money, got some gifts donated, and showed up on their doorstep Christmas Eve morning and surprised this family with the best Christmas ever. And they said this feeling that, that they had, and they could see it in the dad's eyes. They knew that it was something they had to pay forward and keep on doing. So they kept doubling. And in 2019, last year, we were able to bless 126 families in 11 different states and into Canada.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, how did you get involved?
Yes, so in 2018, I'm a single mom of 4, and my oldest son was 20, moved out of the house. He owns a house across the street from me. My twins were starting their senior year, and my daughter was starting her junior year. So I was preparing for the next chapter of my life to be an empty nester. I felt like I had been raising kids for 20 years already, and I couldn't wait to move on. And God had different plans. And July 4th of 2018, I was faced with the decision to take in 5 of my nieces and nephews. One of them born to severely addicted to drugs and was in the NICU. And they were going to get split up and put into foster care if somebody couldn't take them. And so I looked at my kids and I said, well, they got to come here. We've got no other choice. And so we took all 5 of these kids, and we had no beds, no clothes, no shoes, no toys, no diapers, no crib. I mean, we had absolutely nothing. And a girlfriend of mine had nominated my family, and we were recipients. And literally at a time when they were, faced with some really challenging times, being taken away from their parents, and moved schools, and I mean, everything had just happened so fast, and it was hard and it was challenging, and I felt alone. And that day when they showed up at my house and I was surrounded with 30 strangers in my yard, fire trucks pulling down the driveway and just surrounding us with gifts and hugs and love, and it was a feeling that I'll never forget. And my nieces and nephews and my own kids, that experience that they had, they talk about it to this day. My nephew, he was 11, and at the time he wrote a thank you card, and he said, "I can't believe out of all the people in the world, you chose us." And it just, to have an 11-year-old, think that way was just absolutely incredible. So I started researching, what is this Best Christmas Ever? I had no idea what it was. I went onto their website. I went onto Facebook. I totally stalked them. And eventually they had a job opening. And I thought, you know what? I'm jumping in. I'm going to get on this bandwagon. And here I am, a little over a year and a half later. And it was probably the best decision of my life.
That's awesome. So that's really great. And I mean, to hear the story of the 11-year-old saying, "Can't believe you," I mean, that's great. That it's hard for me to put into words what that means. I myself, growing up, I remember my parents struggling to figure out what they were going to get us for Christmas. And I know that there are people that are maybe watching this later, watching it live now, who know of families out there that are in a tough spot. So tell us about the nomination process. We have a link, and we'll probably post that link on our Facebook on where you can go to nominate, but just kind of walk us through, how does this nomination process work?
Yeah, so they can go to your link on your website. They can go to bcmovement.org and nominate a family. And I would encourage people to, whether they're in your backyard or my backyard, wherever you are, nominate a family, because you never know where we have captains. We're blessed to have captains in Washington this year, which is our first year. So that's incredible. But wherever this family might be, if it's a family that's fallen on tough times, they've got kids in the home under the age of 18, go in there and nominate them. And I would encourage them to be as descriptive as possible. The more of the story that you can share, the more connection our captains, our volunteers can connect with that family. They really want to know and be able to, learn about this family before, they select them.
Yeah. Now you're mentioning the word captain, and for those folks watching us, is we've already decided that we want to participate in the process of bringing this Best Christmas Ever to as many families as we can get. Right now, where we're working the hardest is to get nominations and to have people spread the word. So maybe you can share with me some of the more successful ways, because we have a lot of people that may be watching this are like, I don't really know of anybody. I can't think of anybody. And thank God, I'm glad that we're so blessed to have a lot of families that are in those great shapes. We'll talk about how they can help later, but let's talk about where are some places that we can connect to find people that may know of those that are going through these hard times.
Yeah. So, if you know of somebody in your church or your parish, your congregation, whatever it is, sometimes they know of families. Getting into the schools, connecting with your local human services center, social workers, things like that. A lot of those people know of families who are facing some challenging times, and encourage them to go on there and to nominate, a family. Those are some of the best places that
I heard you say radio show. That's interesting. I may reach out to, because we have some connections at a local radio show. I might reach out to them and see if we can't get the word out some way there too. So then let's take that off the table and talk about donating. So to a specific family, how does that process work? What do people that are interested in helping but maybe don't know of a family but want to help monetarily, how does that work?
Yeah. Yep. So, we talked a little bit about the word captain, and I use that. That's what we use as the term for our volunteers, right? And each of our volunteer captains, they are taking on a family, and each of those captains, they create their own fundraising page in our software that we use. It's called Kindful, but they're raising money for their specific family. So your team, as we talked about, will be sharing your link to be able to donate specifically to your family. And if there's other people in the area who would like to donate to a specific family, they can go to our website or just Google BCE 2020 Families Campaign, and you'll be able to see the list of all of the teams on that page. And each team, they'll start to personalize their page, and they don't give specific details about the family, but they might share a little story, to say, we've chosen a family that mom lost a job, or they had a house fire, or whatever it might be. Not specific, so you would know who it is, but enough to where you would feel like, hey, this sounds like a really a deserving family that I'd like to donate to.
Awesome. And I'll go ahead and share my screen so that anybody watching can kind of see the page that we have set up. So this page is on our website. You can go to About and go to Giving Back. And on here we have, the deadline is November 15th. Is that right, Stephanie?
To nominate a family, correct.
Yep, to nominate a family. So right now we've got one family that has been nominated. So we would like to, honestly, I mean, this is my stretch goal, is to try and see if we can help 3 families this year. So if anybody out there is just thinking, well, maybe we're not, maybe we are, I would love for you to, if it's on your heart, or if you can do that. Now we also have the story so you can learn a little bit about that, and then how to donate online. So if you want to donate specifically, we've already raised some funds. You can hop in there and donate. It's real easy. Now tell them about this platform, Kindful, because I want to make sure that that's on the, that they understand where that's coming from.
Yep. So Kindful's just the software that we use for teams to be able to fundraise. It's a company that we've partnered with for since 2017, I believe, and they are really easy to work with. And captains, like I said, they can personalize their page to make it their own. And so it's just the software that we use.
Okay, very good. Now, what about matching? So we have some pretty generous companies and corporations out here that will do matching funds. How does that work using Kindful?
Yep. So typically what happens with matching is whatever employer it is, the employee would donate to that cause, that organization within their company. And then as long as Best Christmas Ever is on their approved donating list, which we're on quite a few of them, so it should be, then they would send the check to Best Christmas Ever. And there's usually an area where those who are donating can put in a little comment saying, donating to East Side Realty Team. Or whatever it is, and then we make sure that once we get the check, we if there's more than one company on that, we turn and put the funds into your account.
Okay, cool. All right, so then now let's talk about, we've identified a family, we're donating funds. Where do those funds go? Share about what kind of programs and funds, what does that look like?
Yeah, so as a volunteer captain, captains are tasked with raising a minimum of $5,000 for that family, and we call that $5,000 funds to go towards a life-changing gift for that family. And we pay on either rent or mortgage or medical bills. It could be credit card payments. It could be sending that family on a trip. We've done Disney trips and Hawaii and cruises. It could be purchasing a new used vehicle for that family. Maybe their furnace went out and it's replacing a furnace and giving them a year's supply of gas. It could be, maybe their fridge is on the fritz and they need a new fridge. It's whatever that family can most benefit from those funds to kind of help lighten the load, to allow them to focus their energy someplace else, where if they're not having to worry about paying for rent the next 6 months, they can focus on paying down on a credit card or doing something else with the money that they normally would be paying on rent.
Okay. What else comes with it? I know there's more. Aren't there classes or?
Yeah, you're right. Yep. So every family who is a recipient, Best Christmas Ever gives them the opportunity to participate in 2 programs. The first program is Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University course, which is a program, those who don't know about it, to literally help people organize their finances and set them up for retirement and college funds for their kids and things like that. And it gives them the tools and the resources to do that. And if a family completes that 9-week course, BCE grants them an additional $1,000 to apply towards the debt of their choice for completing that program. And then we offer an 8-week total wellness program, which focuses on healthy living, not only eating healthy, but living healthy, exercising, sleeping right, stress relief, different things like that. And if they complete that 8-week health program, BCE offers them or gives them an additional $1,000 in gift cards to an approved grocery store of their choice for fresh, healthy food.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait to get rolling. I can't wait to see the stories of the people that we're going to help, and I can't wait to make that change. Best Christmas Ever is where right now? Where your first step into Washington State, hopefully the best step into Washington State. Where else are you?
Yep. So we are Ohio, South Carolina, Indiana, Iowa, Wisconsin, of course, Minnesota, North Dakota. Oh boy, I know I'm going to be forgetting some. Illinois, but yeah, we are vastly growing. California now this year. That's a first state for us.
Yeah, and I want to encourage anybody watching, like, if, it doesn't matter where they're at. Like, honestly, nominate them anyways. If somebody's in need, I know a lot of real estate agents all around the nation. I could reach out to one of them there and say, hey, would you like to sponsor this family? And we can do that. So don't hold back your nomination because you don't think we can help them. I'd rather have more and then and figure it out than just to have somebody second guess helping people out. So let's go for it. Let's get tons. Anything else you want to share, Stephanie?
No, just really, if you have it on your heart to serve and you want to become a captain, go to our website and apply. Learn more about it. You know, we could always use more captains to bless more families. So, we've got a goal of 150, but we're not going to cap it there. If we get more that want to come on and join, let's do it. Let's you know, get out there and bless these families and show them some light in some times of darkness. So.
Awesome, Stephanie. Yeah, 2020 needs this kind of stuff, and I thank you for your organization's leadership. I'm looking forward to helping out a lot of people. So that's fantastic. Thank you very much for coming on today. So our team wants to raise some funds. We want a life-changing gift for these families. If you know of someone, please go to our website, go to the About section, and go to the Giving Back and nominate today. I'm not going to stop talking about it until we get it done. So I'll probably be talking about it all the way up until we deliver the gifts. So yeah, make a donation if you feel that's the best way that you can help as well. Stephanie, thanks for coming on today.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching Real Talk with Dan. I appreciate spending some time with me. And if you've got any real estate related questions, please reach out. I'm happy to answer them. Thanks again.